Achraf Hakimi is facing up to 15 years in prison due to rape charges. Now, the prosecution's office has requested an indictment of the player in front of a criminal court. Hakimi has always maintained his innocence, and I'm going to update you guys to the best of my ability. Now, when this alleged incident actually occurred goes all the way back to February 2023, where Hakimi is said to have invited her over to his house and performed the alleged forceful act. It is then claimed that she called a friend to pick her up and then told them her version of events. The report then states that she went to a police station but did not formally file a complaint for rape. But she actually provided police officers with messages that she had sent friends of her version of events of what happened that night, which has since been seized by the prosecution's office. On March the 3rd, 2023, Hakimi was indicted for rape by an investigating judge and then put under judiciary control. Hakimi's camp has denied the accusation, saying that the accuser is doing this for financial gain. But that's all we have for now about this particular case. Of course, it's still a developing one, and I will bring you guys updates as they come. But as of now, I ask you guys to be respectful when conducting your own research into this. Is it not crazy that for all Son has done and achieved at Spurs over the years, this miss against City will go down as one of the greatest misses in Premier League history, scratch that, in Spurs history? Because it is in part because of that miss that Tottenham won a trophy for the first time in 17 years, and Son won his first major trophy at Spurs after being at the club for almost a decade. And you can't convince me otherwise that one of the most clinical players that the Premier League has ever seen, when tasked with either scoring against Manchester City and potentially winning the game, or deciding whether or not Arsenal lifts the Premier League trophy, he did not think, you know what, maybe if I just missed this one little chance. And my goodness, did it pay off. And I'd be lying if I said that him getting substituted off during Spurs' pre-season game against Newcastle did not bring a little tear to my eye. The roar from the crowd, Spurs players gathering around him to give him a hug, Newcastle players and Spurs players giving him a guard of honour, and to do all of this playing his last game for Spurs in his home country, it's a treat. But in all honesty, will go down as one of the biggest legends of Spurs history. Was a fantastic birthday present for me 10 years ago, and I am very sad to see him go. But what do you guys think about Son's time at Spurs? As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. The internet is losing its mind over this video of Desiree Doué where he is asked, who is better, you or Lamine Yamal? To which he replies, me. Now, of course, when I say internet, I am more so talking about Barcelona fans who are not too happy with his response, as you can tell by the image behind me. And of course, Yamal's Nations League performance is making an appearance as well. To me, it looked like Doué was joking. Do you know when you're with your friends, you're with your mates, and they ask you a question, you get a little bit overconfident, and you say, yeah, of course, it's me, quite obviously me. It was given that sort of vibe, but nonetheless, people are going to jump on it because that's what the internet does. Now, if it wasn't 9 PM after a long shift, I'd probably be doing a quick analysis video between Doué and Yamal. But I think objectively, Yamal has been the more consistent, apologies, and better player out of the two. And while Lamine Yamal has been the better performer for his national team, Desiree Doué has achieved more at club level, in my opinion. I mean, the quadruple man of the match in a Champions League final, 2 goals in a Champions League final at such a young age, it is absolutely unprecedented. He will go down as a legend of the competition for that. But then, of course, Lamine Yamal has given so many good performances in the Champions League, particularly the first game against Inter Milan, of course. But people can, of course, counter that and say, well, Desiree Doué faced the same team and actually won the Man of the Match award in the final for his performance, so each to their own. But whatever side of the fence you may or may not fall on, I do think that an interesting rivalry may be developing between these two, or fans are trying to push some sort of rivalry. As I said, I think it's far too early to be drawing any conclusions and placing a rivalry onto these two players. I think both have very good individual qualities, even though I think at this time Lamine Yamal is the more developed and better player out of the two. But I do think it will be interesting to see how both of their careers take shape in the future. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more.